You know that feeling, that little knot of anxiety, wondering if a vehicle that doesn't belong could just slip right into a secure zone, maybe a parking lot, a logistics yard, or even a corporate campus.
Oh, yeah.
It's a completely valid concern. Today, we're taking a deep dive into how cutting-edge AI video analytics are fundamentally transforming security. We're talking about turning those often passive cameras we're all familiar with into truly proactive, intelligent guardians.
Mm.
You've shared some incredibly insightful sources with us on this, and our mission, as always, is to extract the most important nuggets to get you genuinely well-informed.
And what's truly fascinating here, I think, is the sheer scale of the problem these systems are tackling. Our sources really underscore the serious security risks posed by unauthorized vehicles.
Yeah.
I mean, it ranges from, opportunistic theft to much more violent crime.
Right.
Just think about these stats, parking areas. They're the third most common location for violent crime in the U.S. And a staggering 23% of vehicle thefts happen in parking lots or garages. So this deep dive will really unpack how AI is stepping up to tackle these, pervasive, persistent threats.
Okay, so given those stark numbers, it's clear unauthorized vehicles are a major headache. But why is this such a persistent security challenge? Where are the biggest gaps that traditional security methods consistently miss? What makes these intruders, so effective?
That's really the core issue, isn't it? Our sources emphasize it's often a mix of pretty audacious intruder tactics and just the inherent limitations of the older systems.
Okay.
For instance, tailgating. That's a massive vulnerability, especially at gated sites.
Right, where one car follows another one in.
Exactly. A second vehicle just slips in right behind an authorized one, essentially gaining free rein. And our sources say this gives thieves more time and privacy inside what should be a secure area. They often leave without being tracked at all.
Scary.
Then there's loitering, suspicious vehicles just lingering in restricted areas, casing the location, maybe waiting for an opportunity. Criminals also frequently use stolen or unregistered vehicles, maybe with fake plates, to hide their identity. And of course, you've got the more aggressive tactics like breaching barriers.
Like ramming gates.
Precisely. We've seen examples like that NSA incident where men in a stolen SUV tried to crash through a gate, or a heist in Michigan where thieves actually rammed a security gate with stolen SUVs. These aren't just isolated incidents, they really highlight serious, exploitable vulnerabilities.
So this raises the question you touch on. Why don't traditional CCTV systems really cut it against these tactics?
Well, our sources explain that conventional cameras are often purely reactive. They might, record an incident.
But usually after the fact.
Exactly. By then, the damage is done. They can also be avoided or damaged, simply producing evidence for later investigation. Without proactive threat detection, that immediate response capability, you're just left vulnerable. One analysis really puts it starkly. Thieves know if no one is actively watching and responding, they have the time they need.
So if traditional cameras are just documenting things after they happen, it's clear we need something fundamentally different, more than just passive recording. We need a system with, a brain that can understand what it sees.
And the ability to act on it instantly.
Right. And this is where AI truly comes in, isn't it? What are these core capabilities that turn a simple camera into a really intelligent security agent?
That's precisely it. The intelligence is the game changer. First, there's human vehicle classification. The AI can intelligently tell the difference between a person, a vehicle, or, say, an animal.
Okay, so fewer false alarms from, squirrels or blowing leaves.
Exactly. Traditional motion sensors might trigger constantly for stuff like that. But AI filters out that benign motion, focusing only on genuine threats, a car, a truck, a person where they shouldn't be. Some platforms call this smart intrusion prevention, specifically to ensure you only receive alerts that matter.
Makes sense.
Next up, we have virtual perimeters and no-go zones. Think of these as invisible tripwires or digital fences that you can literally draw right onto the video feed.
Ah, okay. So you define the boundary.
You got it. They trigger alerts if a vehicle crosses them, or if one enters a defined no-go zone, maybe around a loading dock after hours, for instance. They're highly customizable, and the AI watches them 24/7. You get an instant notification when that digital boundary is breached.
Very cool.
And then there's license plate recognition, or LPR, along with vehicle identity checks.
Like in the movies?
Kind of, yeah. But it's real now. High-res cameras with AI can read plates in real time, even at night or in bad weather. And it's not just seeing the plate.
It's checking it.
Right, instantly cross-referencing block lists of stolen or banned vehicles. It can even detect when a plate doesn't match the vehicle type, like a truck plate on a sedan, which is a huge red flag.
Oh, interesting.
So these systems can actually refuse entry at automated gates, flagging vehicles of interest before a crime even happens. It turns your cameras into these vigilant gatekeepers that really know who's coming and going.
So the system isn't just seeing, it's understanding who and what is there. That's a big step. But what about the practical challenges, like darkness or the need for instantaneous response? How does AI handle those?
Good questions. Because security threats definitely don't stop when the sun goes down. That's where advanced night vision and low light performance come in. We're talking sophisticated tech here.
Like infrared.
Yeah, infrared or IR gives you crisp black and white video in total darkness. But even more impressive is newer color at night technology. It uses these ultra-sensitive sensors for vivid, full-color video even in incredibly low ambient light.
Full color at night, that's useful.
Hugely. And for the toughest conditions, thermal cameras can literally see through smoke, fog, or haze by detecting heat signatures. Some brands have tech that gives you vivid full-color video around the clock, making sure that nighttime is no longer a blind spot.
Okay, that covers seeing in the dark. What about the speed issue? Getting that instant response.
Right, speed is critical. That's where Edge AI for low latency response makes a massive difference. Edge AI means processing the video directly on the device on the camera itself or a local unit.
Not sending it all to the cloud first.
Exactly. That eliminates the latency, the delays, and the bandwidth bottlenecks you get from constantly streaming huge amounts of video data to some distant server. By doing the heavy lifting locally, you bypass those internet delays and achieve near real-time detection. One source says up to 90% faster.
90%. Wow.
Yeah. And it's not just speed, it makes the system much more resilient, less dependent on internet connectivity right when you need it most. Reliability is key.
So the system can see, understand, process super fast. But what happens after detection? This is what I find really interesting. Does it just ping someone's phone? Or does the intelligence actually, do something?
That's exactly where the true insight lies, I think. It's this radical shift from just documenting a crime to potentially actively preventing it in real time.
Yeah.
Instead of just recording an incident for later review, imagine the system instantly launching this multi-sensory challenge, bright, blinding strobe lights, incredibly loud sirens. Some units can blast up to 130 decibels, which is really loud.
Seriously loud.
And even a direct verbal command through two-way audio speakers. Something like, "You are under surveillance, leave immediately." It's not just about sending an alert, it's about making an intruder feel exposed and challenged right away.
So the goal is to scare them off.
Precisely, often compelling them to flee before they've even had a chance to commit the crime. This fundamentally redefines security, moving from just reacting to proactively protecting. It turns the system from a passive observer into what one source called an active guardian.
That is a profound shift, turning a camera into an active deterrent. But okay, the practical challenge. How do you deploy that kind of intelligence across a whole property, especially where maybe you don't have power or network cables everywhere? This is where the physical hardware comes in, right? The sources mentioned some really clever eyes and muscles on the ground.
Absolutely. The hardware is critical for making this AI presence real. First, you've got your bread and butter, fixed, and PTZ camera systems.
PTZ being pan, tilt, zoom.
Exactly. Fixed cameras, like those ultra-wide panoramic models, give you constant, broad coverage. But PTZ cameras add that dynamic ability. They can actively focus on specific details or follow movement across a scene. So nothing gets missed. It's a layered approach.
Makes sense. Big picture and the details.
Right. A great example highlighted in the sources is something called the Guard Box Pro. It actually combines an 8-megapixel panoramic camera for a seamless 180-degree view with a high-speed 4-megapixel PTZ camera that has a pretty impressive 25x optical zoom.
Okay, so it sees wide and zooms in tight.
And it includes those high-visibility LED strobes we talked about, plus a powerful 30W speaker for a 130 dBB alarm, or those clear voice messages. Imagine the unit automatically locking onto a suspicious truck and booming out, "You and the white truck leave immediately," while tracking it.
That would definitely get your attention.
No kidding. But what about those areas without power or network? That's where mobile and off-grid surveillance solutions are crucial.
Like solar-powered ones.
Yep. 4G solar cameras are compact, totally self-sufficient units. Solar panels, batteries, built-in cellular modems, they give you high-res video, often dual lighting IR for black and white and darkness, and white light LEDs for that crystal clear, full-color video day and night, plus two-way audio. They're basically self-contained sentries for remote spots.
Handy for corners of big lots or something.
Exactly. Then there's the guard box there. This thing is described as a rapid deployment surveillance tower. Apparently, one person can set it up in minutes. It's compact, trailerable, has dual 4MP smart cameras with that intelligent intrusion prevention, built-in warning strobes, and a loud IP speaker. It's designed to be highly mobile for flexible coverage wherever you suddenly need it.
Okay, quick deployment.
And then for the really big, tough areas, there's the Alpha trailer. This sounds like the ultimate in large area off-grid security. It's a full-size mobile tower.
Like a big trailer unit.
Yeah, heavy-duty solar panels, a substantial battery bank, and a 7-meter that's about 23-foot telescoping mast. It lifts multiple PTZ and fixed cameras way up high. For instance, maybe two 4M PTZs and two 4MP fixed bullet cameras, all recording to a big onboard NVR, like an 8-terabyte one.
Wow, that's serious coverage.
And it has those powerful loudspeakers, again up to 130 dB, and the LED strobe lights. It's basically a security command center on wheels. It can apparently run for up to 5 days on battery alone, providing serious long-term security even in the middle of nowhere.
So from fixed towers watching gates to these mobile command centers out in remote fields,
Yeah.
these units really bring the AI where it's needed most, even if there's no existing infrastructure. It sounds like continuous coverage and resilience, even if, say, someone cut the cables.
That's the idea. Resilience is key.
Okay, now let's talk about the brain behind it, all the AI software agents. Our sources describe these as, quote, your autonomous AI security operations team. Who are these digital guards and how do they actually work together?
Right. These AI agents are like specialized software programs, each with a distinct but crucially interconnected role. First up, you have the AI inspector with Sentry mode.
Inspector, okay.
Think of this one as your always alert digital patrol guard. It proactively scans the environment, maybe following preset routes or dynamically moving to check out areas of interest. In what they call Sentry mode, it automatically zooms in and examines anything suspicious, like a vehicle parked in a no parking zone at 3 a.m., maybe checking the license plate or trying to see the occupants. It actively enforces those virtual tripwires and hot zones we talked about.
So it's the proactive watcher.
Exactly, reducing the chance of vehicles just slipping in unnoticed. Then there's the AI virtual guard.
Virtual guard, what's its job?
This agent is all about immediate, forceful deterrence if the inspector flags a potential threat.
Virtual guard steps in.
Right. It takes immediate deterrent action. It's the one triggering the loudspeakers, the sirens, the flashing lights, playing recorded messages. Or it can signal a human operator for a live voice down if needed. It can even do things like activate gate locks or turn on floodlights. The key is speed. It reacts faster than any human could, confronting trespassers right away and closing the loop from detection to deterrence in seconds.
Detection to deterrence in seconds.
Okay.
And the last one.
Finally, we have the AI investigator plus magic search. This is your supercharged evidence librarian.
Huh, I like that. Librarian.
It sifts through potentially hours or even days of footage across multiple cameras in just seconds. Using what they call natural language and image-based search, or magic search, you can literally type in queries like, show me the white pickup truck that entered the north gate between 10 p.m. and midnight.
And it finds it.
And it instantly retrieves the relevant video clips. This makes investigations incredibly faster and more effective. It can help put together evidence packages for law enforcement really quickly. It essentially turns video into a queryable database of events.
It sounds like the real power here isn't just in what each agent can do, but how they actually work together like a real team. Are the sources emphasizing this kind of coordinated intelligence as the big leap forward? Or are there still maybe integration challenges to think about?
That's a crucial point, and yes, our sources definitely highlight that unified approach as a total game changer. The synergy is really profound.
How so?
Well, these unified AI agents act like a digital guard team that's always on duty, 24/7. The moment AI inspector detects, say, an unauthorized truck trying to tailgate,
Hands off.
instantly, it hands off to AI virtual guard for that automated warning, the lights, the siren, the voice message. And at the same time, it's marking that video segment for AI investigator to tag the license plate and vehicle details. All of this happens in seconds without any human needing to intervene initially. This dramatically increases both the probability of preventing a breach in the first place and the clarity of what occurred if something does happen. It makes the whole system far more effective than just having a bunch of siloed tools trying to work together.
Okay, so we have this incredible tech, these intelligent agents working in concert. But like any security system, Deployment is absolutely key, right? How do you strategically place all this stuff for maximum vehicle security?
Mhm.
How do you actually create that robust, adaptive security net you mentioned?
Deployment strategy is absolutely critical, you're right. It's not just about having the tech, but using it smartly. First, you absolutely have to secure gate entrances with layered coverage.
Layered meaning.
Not just one camera. Overlapping fixed and PTZ cameras at every entry and exit point, all monitored with virtual tripwires, and crucially, have cameras watching outside the gate too to catch vehicles that might be staging or waiting to make a move. The goal is no approach goes unnoticed before they even try to get in.
Makes sense. See them coming.
Second, cover those blind spots in remote areas with off-grid cameras. Using those solar-powered 4G cameras, or maybe the guard box air units we talked about, eliminates the dark corners or areas far from your main infrastructure. This fills in any potential gaps in your perimeter coverage. Putting AI exactly where running wires is just impractical or way too expensive.
Plug in the holes.
Third, deploy those mobile surveillance trailers for high-risk or really expansive areas. Positioning an alpha trailer in a huge parking lot, or a temporary construction site with high-value equipment, or maybe known hotspots, like areas seeing a spike in catalytic converter thefts that gives you a massive advantage. Their tall vantage point and wide coverage can effectively replace multiple fixed cameras. Plus, their physical presence alone is a powerful deterrent. They're like instant infrastructure.
Right. A visible deterrent, too.
And finally, use time-based arming and virtual guard tours. This means tailoring the system's behavior to the facility's actual schedule.
So it's smarter about when to be on high alert.
Exactly. Maybe you relax alerts for known delivery trucks during business hours, but then switch to high alert automatically after 6 p.m. You can set those virtual parameters to only be active at night, for example. And you can have the PTZ cameras automatically run scheduled guard tours, proactively scanning the area during off-peak times. This gives you a smart security posture that adjusts to context.
So it really isn't just about buying the fancy tech. It's about using it smartly, strategically to build this robust, adaptive security net that anticipates and reacts. Our deep dive today has revealed, I think, a really remarkable shift from cameras that just recorded incidents, often after it was too late, to these truly intelligent systems that can actively prevent them. It really changes how we think about protecting spaces.
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, AI-powered video analytics have truly revolutionized how we approach securing facilities. They offer this unparalleled vigilance, intelligent detection, and a real-time proactive response that, let's be honest, human operators just cannot match in terms of speed and consistency across an entire property 24/7.
Absolutely. That combination of the smart hardware, the cameras, the towers, those intelligent AI agents working as a cohesive team, and then a really thoughtful deployment strategy. It means that unauthorized vehicles, whether they're driven by opportunistic thieves or more determined trespassers, they get caught early and confronted immediately, often before they've even had a chance to do anything.
Which really raises an important question, I think, for you, our listener. In a world where security threats are constantly evolving and technology like this is advancing so rapidly, how do you think these proactive AI systems will change the fundamental design and the day-to-day management of our public and private spaces in the coming years? It's a powerful thought, isn't it? How we might envision future security, where secure areas become truly controlled spaces, not just monitored ones. Thanks for diving deep with us today.